What's your name and what do you do?
My name's Looeeze, Looeeze Grossman, and I am founder and CEO of the Used Kitchen Company.
It's been a tough year for everyone, but could I ask, what's been your personal highlights?
It really has been a tough year, and but I'd say my personal highlight is probably the launch of our kitchen passport, which was pre-COVID at KBB in Birmingham, where we launched our new sustainable concept, and we just got the most unbelievable response. All the manufacturers, retailers, showrooms are just so excited by it and ready to come on board. So much so that we decided during lockdown to create a website for it so that people can get started and come on board as soon as possible. I mean, I think the personal highlight is probably having all my kids home during lockdown. I mean, it was just such a plus, and obviously time that we would never ever have had otherwise. I've got 3 semi-grown up kids, 1 at uni, 2 at home but doing their own things, and they would have gone off for the summer or whatever, and we were suddenly all together and having such fantastic quality time that honestly, just fabulous.
What did you learn during the first lockdown?
I think during the first lockdown, I think everyone struggled, they really did, and we decided that we would try and do something to help everybody. So we rang around showrooms and we created emergency kitchens so that people who really were left high and dry, whether their builders had to stop work or their new kitchen had been delayed, but they were actually kitchenless, could suddenly go and collect a kitchen, which often the showrooms were dismantling and literally leaving on the streets, and let them collect them, and they more or less installed them themselves. It was amazing, and it's just all about sort of giving something back and looking after everybody, and as you say, in this together, and that was sort of something that we became very aware of, that you really need to be helping everyone around you as well, especially as there are plenty of them that are struggling far more than we were. And the other thing I think that we learned, and I think everyone probably learned, is that it was a great opportunity, even if business wasn't that great, that you could spend the time making your business the very best version of itself that you possibly could do. So whether that was creating websites or revamping your showroom, for us, it was social media. We really threw ourselves into social media, and it was something that we wouldn't probably normally have had time for. We spent an awful lot of time and effort on Instagram, and we grew since March, I think, from about 4,000 or 5,000 followers to 14,000 today, and it's unbelievable the amount of home renovators on Instagram who are looking for kitchens, and we're selling now straight from Instagram, and it's something we probably would never have developed to this extent so quickly if we hadn't had the time to do so. I think there's something, and I've written about it a few times actually, about how important, at the moment, not obviously people aren't visiting showrooms as much, but they are renovating, and they're renovating like mad. I think as an industry, I think we're in a really strong position compared to other industries around us, and because people are now researching online, websites are obviously just as important as your showroom. And often you go on someone's website and still they're not making the most of a great opportunity. And actually it's an opportunity that's much bigger than it ever was, because you suddenly can reach people who aren't necessarily in your area.
What are you planning to do to support others in the current lockdown, in lockdown 2.0?
Well, yesterday we launched our In This Together campaign, and we have pledged to donate to the KBSA and independent retailers during lockdown. So every kitchen we sell during lockdown, we're making a donation to the KBSA.
What are you doing to keep yourself positive?
I think I've sort of covered that. I'm just quite a positive person anyway, so I don't sort of go outwards to do anything to make myself feel positive. But having had my kids at home during lockdown, honestly just kept me the most positive I could ever hope for. We just, we spent so much time doing things. I don't know, we made pizzas, we watched TV, we drank, we ate, we made sourdough one day, all these things that honestly, when you've got a 24, 22 and 19-year-old, they'd normally be locked in their room or out and about or traveling the world. And suddenly we had all this real quality time. And honestly, it's kept me positive. I'm not so sure about them. I think they were quite looking forward to getting back to reality. But honestly, I kept saying I'm quite enjoying this lockdown.
Finally, Looeeze, what would you like to say to inspire others?
I'm not sure whether this is necessarily inspiring others, but I think it just goes back to sort of supporting everyone around us. And I think there's so many people struggling, more so than you'd even imagine. And there's no really such thing as a small act of kindness. I think any act of kindness has such a huge effect on people. If someone's in need and you get a phone call or drop them an email, you obviously can't go around to them at the moment, but anything that just shows you're supporting them, I think that's really what it's all about at this time.